if you're basing your prices off of what everyone else is charging, then you could be losing money. So hi, I'm Daisha, and welcome, or welcome back if you're new. I like to talk about small business, how I'm running mine out of this small studio in my house. I'm currently selling on Etsy and TikTok, and I'd love to take you on the journey. So when I first got started, I really struggled with what to charge for my products. I wanted to make it fair because when I see a product that seems just outrageously high, I'm like, why? And I don't want to buy it. But then I also wanted to make money. And there's a fine line with trying to find the balance of what people are willing to pay and what you can afford. So as I got started, I was doing some competitor research. And I would look at other people's products and their prices and see what I thought it was worth and go from there. And I did learn a lot because it kind of gave me a basis, and then I could actually see what it was costing me and go from there. Because when you're getting started, you have your obvious costs, right? Like you got to pay for materials. Something I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, you're also having to pay for that packaging that you're putting it in. That has to come from somewhere, and you need to be including that in your cost. And at first, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking about the price of a product. So for instance, let's take my annotation kit. For the annotation kit, I need cardstock, I need lamination, I need a tassel that goes on the bookmark, and then I need the tabs. And if they order a full kit, they get a pen, highlighter, and a sticker as well that I create. So in that, I also need to calculate the prices of the pen and the highlighter, and then sticker paper and lamination of the sticker paper. So there are a lot of like moving pieces in there that you have to calculate to be able to figure out what you need to price your products at. What I didn't think about was I needed a bubble mailer to be able to ship these things. Somebody's got to pay for shipping. So is it going to be me or the customer? Any kind of inserts, so like my thank you cards, freebies, anything that you include. And then also you have to think about fees and things, which we'll get to that in a little bit. It's just important to remember that all of these little things stack up. So making sure that you are charging enough money to cover those things until you're not having to eat those costs and it's not eating all of your profit. So when I first started my annotation kits, I believe that I priced them pretty fairly. They are $10.99, and that comes with the bookmark, sticker, pen, and highlighter. But it is because I do buy some of the things in bulk, which makes it a little bit cheaper. And so selling just an individual kit was fine. I'm pretty sure I got a bulk order. I can't remember how much I charged them per kit, but I probably came out even. Like I probably didn't make a profit off that. And I think I was just so excited to get a bulk order, and I was really trying to accommodate them. So one sheet of cardstock of the one I use, it's 100-pound cardstock. It's 36 cents. So in that 36 cents, I get 4 bookmarks, as long as I don't mess anything up. It comes, each sheet goes into one lamination sheet, so that's 8 cents. I calculate about 25 cents per bookmark for tabs, 5 cents for the tassel, 30 cents for the pen, 21 cents for the highlighter for the ones I'm using currently, and then 4 cents for the sleeve that the actual bookmark goes in. So the price of the kit with pen and highlighter is 96 cents. And then without pen and highlighter is 45 cents. So a big difference. And I use that now as my basis when I'm thinking about prices. When somebody asks me about bulk, thinking about that, what I can charge and still make a profit. Also, you got to remember, you have to pay yourself, right? You're like not working for free. And to be honest, especially at the beginning, I didn't really mind not necessarily calculating my time in, because I just felt like basically I was just trying to get it off the ground, make sure I can pay for my products and just make a little bit of money. But especially when I'm annotating books, like I'm thinking about my time, and my time is really what the basis of the cost of the annotated book is. And honestly, I've been thinking about going up in prices because my time is so valuable that I want to make sure that I'm paying myself what it costs. Some other hidden fees that you might not be thinking about is whatever platform you're selling on, there's going to be fees. So we have Etsy fees, I have TikTok shop fees, there's payment processing fees. If you have shipping label costs, so whether you're paying for the shipping or the customer's paying for the shipping, it's got to come from somewhere. So some sellers will calculate the price of shipping into their product and make the product more expensive, or like I do, I leave the price as is, and then I charge for shipping. So you could honestly do an A/B testing on a listing to see which one customers prefer. So That's something to think about. Also, the wear and tear on your equipment. So, like, I have a printer, I have a laminator. My laminator's been moving slow, and I was thinking the other day, I'm like, man, I have a feeling that this is going to go out soon. So, just thinking about that, I have my Silhouette, which is also always giving me issues. Printer ink, and then any kind of software that you're paying for, like if you're paying for Canva, Canva Pro, or anything like that, all those extra things go into it. So calculating your prices based on that. So if I know I'm having to pay a certain amount for Canva, I might add a couple of cents onto each listing. That way, I'm still getting a way to pay for that subscription without it coming out of my pocket. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but making sure that you're charging for your time. So track how long it takes you to do something. I'm terrible at this. I'm preaching to the choir right now because I do not set a timer. I don't know how long some things take me. I really should, but that's not how my brain works. And with each annotated book, the time varies, and that's really the biggest issue. But make sure you know how long it's taking you, so you're paying for your time. Decide an hourly wage. So, like, how much money do you think you should be making in an hour? And then multiply your time by your hourly rate to get the number of how much you want to make that hour, and that's what you can add onto your costs. So, for instance, a bookmark takes me about 10 minutes start to finish with printing, laminating, maybe 15. So I would calculate the time with how much I want to make an hour, and that's the price I need to add into my bookmark. Something else to keep in mind when you're looking at other people's prices, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes for them. They may be buying in bulk. They may have a supplier that can get them things cheaper. They just might be using like lower quality materials than you are. They may not be paying themselves. They may even be losing money. Like, you do not know what they have going on. So looking solely at one other person or a couple other people is not going to benefit you, because you don't know what they have going on behind the scenes. Actually, recently, and I might make a different video about this, I was thinking about my annotated book prices. And when I first got started, I was so scared to charge too much, because I'm like, I want people to buy them and not feel like they're getting ripped off or anything. And then as I started doing it, and as I'm doing it now, I'm like, man, this actually takes me a lot of time. I don't know, what I should do. Should I up the prices? But I don't want to make people upset. But I've realized that they keep selling, even though they are higher priced items. I don't feel like going up by a little bit is going to make too much of a difference, especially on the ones that take me a really long time. But recently I was looking on Etsy, and I saw some other people selling annotated books. And I had the idea before, I'm like, I kind of want to buy books from other people, just like look at their process and see what they offer and what they are doing for their customer, and not necessarily copy them, but see like if I can enhance my process based on that. So I actually went and ordered 2 books from different sellers on Etsy. And I haven't gotten either one of them yet, so I can't really test to this, but they are charging literally no money. I bought 2 books from 2 different sellers for the same price that I sell 1 book for. And one thing that does make the difference is I get my books out within a week. Both of them, one of them, it was like 2 months that it might take me to get the book. And then the other one was a longer time too, but it wasn't that long. So I'm curious to see like if they value their work at a lower cost because just the time that it took, or if they're not adding as much. So I'm anxious to see that, because if they're putting in the time and the stuff that I'm doing, like similar amount of writing and highlighting things, they should definitely be charging more. So I may make a video about that, like not include their shop names or anything, not calling anybody out, but just thinking from a business standpoint, how you can best serve yourself and your customer. Also, something I wasn't thinking about before, but I will mention, is when I got started, I was like, what can I do differently that other people aren't doing? So even though if we have the same price, what can I do that's a low cost that makes mine seem more valuable? What can I do that is like a lower ticket item, but it like enhances the value? So like for annotation kits, for instance, all of them come with a sticker. For the most part, it's not very expensive for me to create stickers. My sticker paper is 13 cents a page because I use matte sticker paper, cold lamination on top of that. And at the end of the day, one sticker is just a few cents for me that way. And I feel like adding that in to the the price of the annotation kit made it seem more valuable, and that's something that can make me stand apart from other people. Also, I customize the kits at no additional charge. At first, I was like, that might be a bad idea because I might have to spend a lot of time customizing. But what I found out is people really don't want to customize it. They kind of want to take it as is. They want to pick a color scheme that's already set for them. So I very rarely have to go in and edit it. And when I do, I don't mind because usually they buy, several kits from me. So I think adding in that just free thing that customization is, not an extra charge has helped people want to buy from me and then stay with me. That also goes for authors. Like I've gotten to work with some really cool people, and I think it's because of the customization piece. For annotated books, I include the scrapbooking page that I make at the beginning of the book. And that's honestly my favorite part of annotating. So it's not even a big, worry or a big cost to me because it's something I love doing. But it sets me apart because a lot of people don't do that. But a lot of people, like when I annotate on Live, that's the part that they want to stick around for and see because everybody loves that scrapbooking page. So I feel like those things kind of set me apart and make it where, yeah, you might be spending more money for this, but it seems like you're getting a better deal. And I just want you to think about those things. Like as you're pricing your products, make sure you're paying yourself, make sure you're not losing money, and you're paying what your products are worth. If you know that you have a high quality product and you put your heart and soul into it and you believe in it, make sure you're charging for it. Also, if I see something that's just low price and it should be something that's high quality, I'm probably not going to trust it, right? Because if I'm like, why is it so cheap? You must be doing something to cut corners. So make sure that you're thinking about those things as you're pricing your products. And I believe that you will be successful in your journey. So thank you for hanging out with me as I just worked in the office. I didn't even tell you what I was doing. So I had to prep some orders. I was going live on TikTok and I wanted to have enough bookmarks and things ready as they sold. So I did that first in the first part of the prep. And here I am just packing an order. So like as I do my magnet annotation kits, I'm thinking about the price of the magnet, pen, highlighter, all of those things. So these actually cost more because of that. So just keeping all those things in mind as I get orders ready, along with the shipping costs, all of those things, they all add up. But as long as you charge for what they are worth, then you will be a-okay. Again, thanks for joining me. Let me know if there's something you want to see next time. Make sure you comment below. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.